with musicians to follow their dream, to follow your dream. Is day number 8 of the art of selling music. And today what we're going to kind of go over is we're going to kind of wrap up a lot of what we and kind of talk about putting everything together, putting it all together. I encourage you that if you haven't watched the first 7 videos, to definitely check those out for the art of selling music. And you can do that by getting on the list if you haven't joined already with Musicians Empower. All right, so today, like I said, we're talking about putting it all together, your sales funnel. And that's basically what we're creating here, is a sales funnel where you're able to market to people and find your the core people, your core fans, and the ones who really are going to support you, promote you, and then and that's where everything starts out, is with your base, right? So and with that, like we talked about in the beginning, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find your target market. I'm writing so well here, it's scaring me. So you're going to want to define your target market. Then when you define your target market, you're going to want to present, you're going to want to collect emails through social media. And the best way to do that is an offer. And with that compelling offer, you collect your emails and you build your list. And while you're building your list, you're going to do this all simultaneously, of course. You're not just going to, this is just not, this is a continual daily action. You're going to email your list. And I recommend you email your list daily. About 5 days a week. And then when you build your list and you're emailing your list, of course, you're not pouncing with buy now, buy now, buy now, because people are not going to want that. They're not going to want to hear that all the time. What you're going to do is you're going to give your list value daily. Now, this doesn't mean that you don't ask them to buy. It doesn't, of course, you know, that's the whole point of sending out these emails, that you're based and you're selling your music, because in the end, if you don't sell any music and you don't get paid at gigs, it's really hard to keep those things flowing. So so you're going to give value daily, and with that value, of course, you're going to give a call to action. And like I said, what a lot of musicians make the mistake is they're good about giving calls to action, but a lot of times I see people all over social media, buy my album now, buy this now, or you don't hear from someone in a while, and then all of a sudden, you get an email that says, hey, I just came out with an album, buy now. Now, the thing though is, if you're not finding someone to really ships, I choose to do it in a way that I have found that really works well. One of the best ways is through building your email list. If you're not developing those relationships, then it makes it a little bit more abrupt or a little bit harder to ask for the sell, because if you just all of a sudden say, hey, I've come up with a new album, buy it now, or hey, I'm getting ready to put together an album, and would you please support my crowdfunding? Well, if you haven't been developing that relationship, either with a weekly or daily email, and like I said, I recommend daily, but a lot of people, I know some musicians have a problem with that, but I would at least be doing weekly, and just be giving to your list. I mean, you can always place those call to action, but give more than you ask of your list. And by doing so, you'll develop that relationship and learn to know, like, and trust you. And so, and one way, and the way that you're going to create that value is through blogging. And what's great about blogging is that blogging, you can incorporate all kinds of media. You can incorporate not just articles, but pictures and MP3s, and you can also include video. And what's great about blogging too is it's this location where you grow your information, and people can look back, and you can also connect your social media sites with it, and your social media sites to where they're directed to this blog, continually giving value to people. And so, and through blogging, and then this is basically where you're going to put all your value-driven information, whether it be just new information, or it can be entertainment value. It can just be stories. It can be anything. So and so this is your basic sales funnel, and is you find your target market. You find your target market through social media sites. And how else can you develop it? You can also develop your reaching your target market through ads. You can also do this through, and when I say paid ads, I am generally referring to pay-per-click, so that you're only paying for the amount of people who are going to your site. Now, what I used to do in the past, the mistake that I used to do in the past, that I've seen other people make as well, is they'll pay for pay-per-click, and they'll send people, they'll skip this whole process, and they'll send them to really updated, that isn't continually getting new information and new value to it, like a blog, but they'll send them to a website that isn't even really updated that often, and then somebody will see it, and they may or may not like what's on there, and then they never come back, and they totally forget your name, and the money that you've spent on the pay-per-click ads has totally gone to waste, because you're just sending them one time and they're gone forever. But when you go through this system right here, using your sales funnel, please send them to where they have the opportunity to buy, but you're also capturing their email. And by doing this, you not only introduce yourself, but you continue the relationship. It'd be like if you were to meet somebody that you wanted to stay in contact with, you wouldn't just meet them once and say, well, they'll remember my name, they can look me up in the phone book if they want to. It'd be the same principle with doing it this way. But here you're actually getting their information, and you're staying in contact with them. So so that's just a little bit of the breakdown that we've gone through over these last few days of how to create that sales funnel. And so what I recommend you do is you buy the viral blogging system, and so that once you buy the system, you'll be part of team positions, and you'll be receiving a weekly mastermind call, and so when we may be doing a little bit of calls, but little more Google Hangouts. Google Hangout is kind of what I'm a little more familiar with. I really like Google Hangouts. Just continue to this thing is growing, and we've been getting more and more musicians in signing up, and I know that it's just when I'm really expecting a lot of really big things for 2015, and I know that this is just going to explode. It's already on its way there. So be sure and click the link below. There's two big yellow buttons. Click either one of them. You just scroll down the page a little bit, click on that link. You'll fill out your information. It'll ask you for your name and credit card information and all that stuff. It's totally safe, and it's also there's a 14-day money-back guarantee. Just if you just want to check it out, and also, like I said, and you can. Oh, and also it's $25 a month, but you can stop at any time for those who weren't aware of that. And because the more that you can grow, being able to do and create these sales funnels, the more that you're going to be able to become even more savvy with this online marketing. And there's so much great teaching material within the back office of Empower Network that you have the option to buy as well once you get in. And it's your choice to buy or not to buy. The point is, there's just a lot of really great stuff. There's so much stuff that I've bought in the back office to really grow myself as a marketer. And and my goal is to get there and help you get there as a musician, because when we're out there and we're doing the indie thing and we're doing things on our own, you know, it's left up to us, the marketing side of it. And whether we want to be a marketer or not, we're put in that position, because to be able to get people to shows, to be able to get people, a large group of people interested in what we're doing, it takes a lot of organization, and tools teach you the organization of how to do that. So I really recommend that you click the button below and buy right now. And I also have a surprise for you as well that I haven't mentioned until day 8, is that, which I will mention here in a couple minutes. So you really, I encourage you to buy the Viral Blogging System, and to later we'll talk more about getting all in, because that's where you can really earn some revenue too. If that's something you're looking for, to be able to earn some extra money online, or to be able to make a living online. Which none of this is a guarantee of it, of course. You know, income disclaimer. We always have to say that, because you know, we don't believe in. We believe in abiding by FTC rules and doing the right thing and being real and upfront with you, because that's the only way I can be. Oh, and when you do this too, when you take the time to get to know your audience, check out, buy some of these. I would encourage you to get all of them. Every single product that I have told you about in these 8 days, they are products that I personally use. And yes, some of them I'm an affiliate money at all by you buying, but the truth is that these are things that I personally use to be able to create my sales funnel. And when you do so, you are going to have more of a professional approach. You know, people are going to see you and view you as a true professional, as opposed to just, you know, some random indie musician. And it'll really set you apart from the crowd of indie musicians that are out there. And that's our goal here, is just to basically communicate what we're about, you know, and what we're doing as artists, and so that people can, so that we can be set apart from the crowd, and set apart so that people don't get overloaded and overwhelmed with information. So, like I said, oh, the gift I have for you, or not gift, the surprise is the word I'm looking for. So everybody who signs up before the timer above goes out gets a free 30-minute consultation or coaching call with myself. And my time is very valuable, but I really want to set off help musicians, a bunch of musicians this year, to kind of set off in the right direction, because we're coming on to the new year and all. And I really want to, and the beginning of the year is coming, and I really want to help you start things off in the right direction, okay? And so that you are headed in the right direction, that you get the right product, and are you going to get the right products that you're also that you don't get anything that you don't need. So that's my goal as well. But so my surprise, I still haven't gotten to yet, right, is that when you click this button below, it's going to take you to another video. It is called Musicians Online Manager. And this is something that I just recently came up with here about a few weeks ago. And so it's taken a little time to put together. That's why these 8 videos have taken a little time to kind of put out there. But so the Musicians Online Manager is going to be, or not is going to be, it is, as of today. When you go over to that video, you will see I also have in place, for those who are not quite as interested in, maybe you're run by the viral blogging system, but you're not so sure about how to do the email part of it, or the or creating or collecting emails part of it. Maybe, you know, all of this information is kind of like overwhelming in these 8 days. Now, I mean, I can also be, you know, I'm also speaking to people who this is totally, they get every part of it and they're like, cool, yeah, I'm ready, you know. But so what I wanted to do is I wanted to help both kinds of musicians. I know there's this type of musician who, you know, really doesn't want to do any of that marketing stuff, or would rather do as little as possible, or is kind of scared about setting things up and needs a little help. Or there's also the type who's just like, probably more like me, who's just the kind of, I'll figure it out myself and I'll do it. So for the type who may need a little more, you know, a little more help with that area, I have created these products called for Musicians Online Manager, where you can where I kind of help you with those things. And I don't want to give too much away right here, because so just you can click that yellow button that's directly below this video, and it will take you to Musicians Online Manager. If you're more of the go-getter and you're like, no, I don't need any help, I can figure this out myself, then just scroll down the page and click and buy the viral blogging system. Go ahead and get it now. And like I said, you'll also get a 30-minute coaching session, and all you'll have to do is click the button. You'll go, or I tell you a little more about it, and then there'll be a button there that'll take you directly to a page where you can set up set that up. And at first we'll be doing a phone. It'll be mostly probably phone coaching calls, only because the video is kind of, I'm in the process of moving, so that can be a little more tricky, especially if it is that we were moving. I would hate to not be able to have a Skype call if you were, you know, expecting that. So, but eventually this will be probably mostly Skype or Google Hangout, and then, but like I said, for the next few weeks, it will be mostly phone calls. So definitely buy the Viral Blogging System if you haven't already. Oh, we are this January. We're going to Las Vegas, and we're going to be in Las Vegas. PowerNet be there. It's going to be fun. They'll be teaching a lot. Basically, what I'm teaching you here. You know, this is just kind of a simplified version of what they teach you once you get. They teach you how to sell too. You know, it's all products are basically everything we're already doing as musicians, and we're having. The problem is, you know, we've been doing them the wrong way for so many years that. Because we may have been first on social media, but not all of us have necessarily mastered it. And so my goal is to help you get there, to help you get to where the social media part of it is a little more mastered. The whole online thing is a little more mastery of it. And so if you found value with this video, just shoot me a note, you know, say, hey, Sarah, I really appreciate it. Or just, you know, or just I'd love to hear from you. So I'd love to hear from you if you did find value. If there's maybe things you have more questions about, you can shoot me an email too, because I may not answer those questions directly, but I may put them in a future video because, as you know, I'm always making videos besides this 8-day course. So have a wonderful, blessed day, and I'll see you on the other side, and I'm really looking forward to working with you. So button below, and go ahead and get your free coaching session. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye.